Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to our NIEDS home school. I am Sanjida, Rahman, assistant teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift, and today I am going to take a science class for the student of class 6. Our today's class topic is chapter 8 CQ, lecture number 17 and homework number 13. Here my name is Sanjida Rahman and this is my contact number. If you face any problem, you can contact with me after using this contact number. My dear students, in our previous class we discussed chapter 8 mixture. In this chapter we know about different things like soluble, solution, solute, gas solution, liquid gas solution, which is the universal solvent, what is means filtration, what is condensation. In this chapter we discuss about this thing. Now today we will discuss creative question. We will read this question. Two question is from your book exercise and one question is out of from your book. Now let's start our class. We discuss the question. Creative question number 1. Here creative question number 1. This question is from your book exercise, and at first of the question they are given a stem. You have to read the stem, then you read the question and give the answer. Number 1, creative question. Priyanti and Rupanti were enjoying when they got down to the sea water at Cox's Bazar. Suddenly the water of sea entered into the mouth of Rupanti and she observed that the water has salinity. The cause of this was asked to Priyanti and she answered that it is a solution of water and salt. Salt is made from it. Rupanti was astonished and wanted to know about the matter. Coming back to their house, Priyanti showed Rupanti how to make a salt from the saline water. Two sisters or two girls go to the Cox's Bazar, then one salty water get inside into the one of them, and then she is astonished that this water is salty, and he know about this, that salt is from this saline water. How this is formed, now we discuss. Number A, what is mixture? Number B, why is water called universal solvent? Number C, show by drawing a schematic diagram the production process of the components showed by Priyanti to Rupanti, and D, analysis that both the components of the solution is possible to obtain again. Now question answer A, what is mixture? Whatever we prepare by mixing more than one substance is called a mixture. Again I repeat, whatever we prepare by mixing more than one substance is called a mixture. Now question answer B, why is water called universal solvent? Water is the only solvent which can dissolve different kinds of substances. On the other hand, it can dissolve inorganic substances except calcium, carbonate and silica. And on the other hand, it can dissolve many organic ones like spirit, acetone, acetic acid. It can also dissolve gaseous substances. So water is called an universal solvent. Now question C, show by drawing a schematic diagram the production process of the components showed by Priyanti to Rupanti. Answer, the components showed by Priyanti to Rupanti is saline water. The production process of the components is shown through schematic diagram below. Here I draw a diagram, and in this diagram you know about the process of production. Here heterogeneous mixture of seawater. Heterogeneous mixture of seawater. In this seawater we found salt, we found water, we found mud and other different things. Now we filter this water, filtration, number filtration. Then the impurities detained by the filter paper. When we filtrated, we found that the impurities, that means mud and other particles, remain in the filter paper. Then clean solution of salt obtained in beaker. The salt is soluble in the water, so we found beaker in the beaker clean solution of salt water. Then again we boil this solution. Then we boil this solution of saline water or salty water, and we found the evaporation of water totally by heating. Then we found water will evaporated. The water which saline, when we give heat to the saline water, we found that the water is boiling. After a few minutes water is boiling, and then water will be evaporated. When all the water is evaporated, then we found crystal of pure white salt in the beaker. Then we found crystal of the pure white salt in the beaker. So in this way we can found salt. Figure schematic diagram of salt production from the seawater. In this process we will found salt from the seawater. Now question D, show by drawing is analysis that both the components of the solution is possible to obtain again. Now how can we found the saline and water again? The two components of the solution are salt and water. In this case, water is the solvent and salt is the solute. Generally, salt is separated from a solution by evaporation. Water evaporates, leaving behind the salt. Salt can easily be separated by this process. But to get both the components, we have to apply condensation. We need to apply condensation. That means we have to cooling down. In this process, a condenser is attached to a round bottom flask, and another flask is kept at the other end of the condenser. When steam enters the condensers, it comes in contact to some flowing cold water. As a result, it turns into water. It is then collected drop by drop in another flask attached to the condenser. That means salt is collected in one flask and water in the other. In this way, both the components can be obtained. For getting salt from the sea water, we have to give heat to the saline water. Then when water is boiling, then it will be evaporated, and we found salt under the beaker. Colloid of the salt under the beaker. Then if we want to get again salt and saline water, salt and water, we have to condense this saline water. When the water is evaporated, then we connect them with a condenser, and we found that the water evaporated, the vapor which evaporated from the saline water, it will be condensed and it stored drop by drop as a saline water. Then we found in one condenser water, and in another condenser we will found salt. In this way we can get again salt and water. Now creative question number 2. When Adil was giving some medicine to his mother to take by mouth, he observed that his mother shakes the bottle every time before use, but at the time of drinking milk she does not shake. A. What is heterogeneous mixture? B. What does it mean by solubility? Number C. Explain why Adil's mother shake the bottle of medicine. Number D. Are both the mixtures the same? Give reasons. Answer. The mixture whose components are not distributed evenly and whose components can easily be separated from one another is called a heterogeneous mixture. Again I repeat, the mixture whose components are not distributed evenly and whose components can easily be separated from one another is called a heterogeneous mixture. Now question B. What does it mean by solubility? The amount of solute required to make a saturated solution at a particular temperature by any solvent of 100 gram is called the solubility of that solute is that solvent. For example, At 25-degree temperature, 36 gram of salt can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. That means at this temperature, the solubility of the salt in water is 36 gram. Now, explain why Adil's mother shake the bottle of medicine. Answer: suspension is such a mixture in which the components are partially separated out or sedimented down when kept at rest. The medicine in the extract is a suspension. So, when it is kept at rest, its components are partially separated or sedimented at the bottom. That is why, in order to get a perfect solution and to distribute the components of the medicine uniformly, Adil's mother shakes the bottle before use. So, Adil's mother shakes the bottle before use to mix all the solution together. Number D, are both the mixtures the same? Give reason. Here you have to give reason that the medicine and drinking, when she drinking milk, these two mixture is same or not. You have to give reason about why it is not the same. Medicine is a suspension, but milk is a colloid. So, both the mixtures are not the same. The mixture whose components are partially separated when kept at rest is called a suspension. So, if the bottle is kept at rest for a long time, the components of medicine settles down. The size of particles of a suspension is 1 micrometer or more. So, slowly after some time the particles get settled. On the other hand, a colloid is such a mixture in which very small particles of a substance float or remain suspended in other substances. When at rest, it will never accumulate as sediment. Milk is a colloid of fat and water in which the particles of fat remain suspended and never settle as sediment. The size of floating particles is 1 to 1000 nanometer. So, milk and the given medicine are not same. My dear students, I think you understand that the medicine and the milk too is a mixture, but these two things are separated. Now, creative question 3. Rikta mixed two different solid substances in water of a beaker. Of the substances, A is soluble in water but B remains floating as insoluble. Rikta take two different things. One is soluble in the water and other thing is floating in the solution. So, you have to discuss this. What is filtration? Number B, how is a filter paper folded? Number C, describe how Rikta will separate the substances B. Number D, how much will it be possible to separate A from the remainder after separating B? Discuss it. Answer A, what is filtration? Filtration is such a process by which solid substances can be separated from the heterogeneous mixture of solid and liquid. My dear student, again I repeat, filtration is such a process by which solid substances can be separated from the heterogeneous mixture of solid and liquid. Number B, how is a filter paper folded? Now you have to know about how a filter paper folded. The filter paper is four-folded, that is first into 2 and then again into 2. Then it is placed at the lower end of a funnel with 3 fours in one part and 1 in the other. Thus a filter paper is folded, giving it a conical shape. Number C, describe how Rikta will separate the substances B. That means the substances which is floating and as insoluble. Rikta will separate B from the beaker by filtration. At first she will take a filter paper and fold it twice into 4 folds, and next she will set the conical structure in a funnel, keeping 3 folds at one side and the one on the other side. Then she will soak the paper slightly with water so that the filter paper does not get displaced. She will place the funnel in the ring attached to the stand and keep a beaker under it. Now she will pour the heterogeneous mixture slowly on the filter paper with the help of a glass rod. Glass rod means like this thing, it is made of glass, we call it glass rod. Finally, she will wait until all the clean water drains out of the funnel, as A is soluble and B is insoluble in water will be separated. A will drain out easily and will be collected in the beaker, while B will be captured by the filter paper. In this way, B can be separated by filtration. As B is insoluble in water, so B can be separated by filtration. Number D. Question: how much will it be possible to separate A from the remainder after separating B? Discuss it. After separating B from the mixture, A can be separated from the remainder. After separating B, she will get a clean solution of A. A is dissolved in water. If water can be removed from the beaker, it can easily be regained. She can easily do it through vaporization. If the beaker of the solution is heated with a spirit lamp, water will evaporate away totally and the solid A will be left out in the beaker. In this way, A can be regained. In this way, we can found A again. My dear students, I hope you understand our today's class, and your homework for the next week is homework number 13, CQ answer 3. My dear students, I hope you understand today's class. You will study at your home properly and take care of yourself. Till then, keep well.